Welcome to this VISTA webinar. Today's focusing on Roger Williams University's Prior Learning Assessment Program for VISTAs. We're very excited to announce a brand new opportunity for VISTAs who complete their VISTA service so they can receive college credit for the competencies they developed during their VISTA service. You are the first group of VISTAs to have this opportunity to join a pilot program with Roger Williams University. And this session will provide you with more details about this pilot and explain how to apply. As I mentioned, my name is Andy King. I'm a training coordinator here at AmeriCorps VISTA in our Washington, D.C. headquarters. I'm joined today by Michelle Bond and Suzanne Knisner, our colleagues at Campaign Consultation. You'll see all of us in the chat and the Q&A to assist you during this session and to help get your questions answered. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Christopher Menton. Dr. Menton is both a professor and a program director with Roger Williams University. He's part of the School of Justice Studies and connected with the School of Continuing Studies. He's joined by his colleague, Jamie Scurry, who is the Dean of the Roger Williams University School of Continuing Studies. They have worked very closely with the VISTA program to develop this really exciting opportunity. And so it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Chris Menton. So Chris, take it away.
Thank you, Andy, and I'm sorry for the delay. Today's webinar will be telling you about an exciting educational opportunity that's being offered to you as a VISTA. I want to tell you a little bit about ourselves here at the School of Continuing Studies at Roger Williams University and about what we've developed for you for college credit for what you have learned in VISTA. I will review how the program works and how to apply. I will also go over some important dates and take your questions. About Roger Williams. We are a leading independent, nonprofit university. Our main campus is in Bristol, Rhode Island. We are a unique blend of liberal arts programs and professional schools. Our School of Continuing Studies is located in Providence, Rhode Island, where we offer a variety of programs. Here in Continuing Studies, we offer a variety of programs, both in person and mainly online these days. List of majors that we have include the development, community development, criminal justice, healthcare administration, social and health sciences, and more. Here at the School of Continuing Studies, we offer a variety of programs. Oh, I just read that. About us. From early on, we have been invested in assessing non-traditional ways of learning. We are pioneers in prior learning. I put up a slide here of what we were doing back in the 70s. Today, we continue this policy by accepting up to 90 credits in a bachelor's degree program, which consists of a total of 120 credits. This is done through accepting community college credits, transfers from other colleges, proficiency testing such as CLEP tests, and training that you may have received in the military or other service organizations. We've worked with VISTA to develop this program, this pilot program, and we're telling you about it today. During your service, the skills to build the knowledge that you gained, the experience that taught you are considerable and should be considered for college credit. Here at Roger Williams, we are proud to offer this specialized program designed specifically for VISTA to bring added credibility to your learning. We have designed this program to offer affordable, high-quality education for those who have served. So in partnership with AmeriCorps VISTA, Roger Williams School of Continuing Studies has developed this prior learning assessment for VISTAs who have completed their service and are seeking a college degree. This program will provide an opportunity to demonstrate your learning experiences and gain credit. At the beginning of your VISTA service, you entered a pre-service orientation. We have gone over the curriculum and found that the planning of these trainings and determined that they are equivalent to a semester of a 100-level management course. So you'll start out receiving the equivalent credit for a regular college course. But now we want to look deeper and find out what else you learned while in VISTA. In cooperation with VISTA, we have developed a pilot program to assess learning that took place while you were in service to the country. If you choose to apply and/or enroll, this program will involve online 7-week seminar. In the seminar, we will take you through a systematic examination of your experiences so that you can discover what you have learned. This online program will offer weekly video instructions, assignments that you can complete at your own pace every week. The purpose of this portfolio is so that you can offer credible evidence of what you have learned. Students will gain through this process of reflecting and teasing out the process which brought them to what they have learned. Supports and constructive critique will be offered at every step of the process. At the end of the 7 weeks, students will have created a substantial digital portfolio of evidence of this learning. Your evidence will be evaluated by a team of Roger Williams University faculty and other educators. They will assess your portfolio for the awarding of college credit. Please consider what is being offered here. Free credits to get you started for your VISTA PSO, and the opportunity to earn more credits through portfolio development and other existing credits that you may have from testing, transfer credits, the military. We want to jumpstart your education. We want this program to work, initially for about 20 eligible VISTA alums. We'd like to make this a regular part of our program. A couple of caveats here. These are performance credits and therefore only awarded to people enrolled in the program here at Roger Williams School of Continuing Studies. For those VISTA and for those VISTAs who have already completed your service, your assignments. We want to get this moving. Today is the 4th of September. We've got an application online. The deadline for applications is September 18th, 2 weeks from today. Please keep in mind that initially we will be accepting a limited number of applicants. Plan on starting this online portfolio development seminar on September 29th. It was a pleasure and a privilege to have the opportunity to share this information with all of you. Thank you very much. Contact information is above. We urge you to contact us. Here's the information. Roger Williams, Attention School of Continuing Studies, 150 Washington Street, Providence, Rhode Island. And here's our email addresses at the bottom, scs@rwu.edu.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris. And as I said, we're very excited about this partnership and this opportunity that you and your colleagues and Roger Williams University are making available to VISTA members. Now it's time for your questions. So if you have a question and you're streaming the audio online, you can ask a question using the Q&A feature, which is in the bottom right corner of your screen. And now I'm going to ask our operator, Julie, to come on and explain how you can ask a question if you've dialed in by phone. Julie?
If you'd like to ask a question from the phones, press *1 please unmute your phone and record your name. To withdraw your question, press star 2. Once again, it's star 1 to ask a question, and you do need to record your name. Please stand by for the first question.
Great, thank you for that. And while we're waiting, we'll take a look to see if we have any questions that have come in online. And I'm going to ask Michelle if she has any questions in the Q&A.
There are a few questions from the phones. The first one is from Maura Jones.
Great, thank you, Maura. Go ahead.
Hi there. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, indeed. Please.
My name is Maura Jones, and I'm currently serving as a Montana Campus Compact leader in Missoula, Montana. I am on my second term of service. I'm wondering if this opportunity is available to current second-year VISTAs who have already completed their first year.
I can't see why not.
Okay. And I just have a follow-up question. I'm wondering if this is available for a graduate level credit at all, or at the Bristol campus, or if it is just for the undergraduate, associates, and certificate credit.
Basically for the bachelor's.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hi, this is Jamie, the dean. Right now, the pilot is only for the School of Continuing Studies, all of our undergraduate programs, associate and bachelor level, as well as pre-baccalaureate certificates and post-baccalaureate certificates.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next question is from Jim Joy.
Hi, Jim. Go ahead.
To piggyback off of what the gal from Montana, the dean broke up at the end, and I couldn't understand what she was saying as far as graduate degrees or certificates. Could you explain that a little bit more?
Sure. Right now, the pilot program is specifically with the School of Continuing Studies. We offer undergraduate degrees, associate and bachelor, as well as pre-baccalaureate certificates and post-baccalaureate certificates.
Okay. In what areas are those certificates in?
Right now we have a certificate in paralegal studies, and we have 2 in development, 1 in community development and 1 in social and health services. And there's a digital forensics certificate that's post-baccalaureate.
Okay. Now, do you have anything in regards to my service area is parent engagement and education? Do you have anything on literacy?
Certificates? No, we don't right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, it's star 1, and please record your name for any questions from the phones. There are no questions from the phones at this time.
Okay, terrific. Thank you. Just want to check. I'm looking online. I don't see any other questions. Here we go.
Actually, I do have some more questions queuing up from the phones whenever you're ready for them.
Okay, we've got a couple here now that I am seeing online. So give me just 1 second, please. Again, related to questions we just heard, can the credits transfer to a graduate school? And I'm guessing the answer is no, since we just heard that from Jamie.
Well, I'm sorry. If the question is, can they transfer to a different graduate school that's not Roger Williams, typically any credit that's awarded through prior learning is not transferable to any other institution. I don't know of a college or university that will accept prior learning that was awarded at a different university. It has to be awarded at the university in which you're a matriculated student, and it's not transferable.
Okay, great. Thank you for that clarification around the transfer of credits. Here's a more general question. Sydney asks, what qualifications are needed to apply?
Well, the normal qualifications would apply. We would expect the person to have a high school diploma or a GED. Beyond that,
Yeah, are you talking about applying to the pilot or applying to a bachelor's degree program?
Well, I think it would be applying to the pilot, but then...
So there should be an application that's linked, and we're not really requiring anything other than a few questions to be answered about any kind of transfer credit you may be bringing in, how many years you have served, and if your prior director would be willing to be a part of the process.
Great, thank you. And then, of course, all of the general requirements for entering into a degree program at the university would also apply. Is that right?
We're not asking students at this point to fill out an application because they may come through the process and decide, one, I don't want to attend the university. They may not finish the process, which we're hoping is not the case. But during the process, we will onboard them and have them fill out an application. We are open enrollment, and as Professor Menton said earlier, we simply require that you have completed high school, and if you have transfer credit from any college or university, you submit an official transcript to us.
Okay, great. Thank you. Julie, let's take a couple questions now from the phones.
Okay. The first one is from Sandra Johnson.
Yes, Sandra. Thank
Hi,
you.
Sandra.
Sandra Johnson. I'm in Mississippi. My question is, I was still having a little hard time hearing Dean Scurry about, I do have a bachelor's degree, and I am currently going into my second term for VISTA. Would I qualify as a candidate to apply?
You could not apply and do graduate coursework. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You could apply if you wanted to complete a second bachelor's or complete a post-baccalaureate certificate.
Okay, second bachelor. And so the credits that I have earned at the University of Mississippi, some of those classes are transferable to your program?
That would be, I'd have to look at that, or Professor Menton would have to look at that on a one-on-one basis, because I don't know what courses you've taken, and I'm not sure how they would fit, because I'm assuming you're thinking about a post-baccalaureate certificate, how they would fit in. And the transfer credit requirement is different for a certificate than it is for a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree.
I see. And I did write in on the Q&A, but I'll go ahead and ask while I have you. How will you determine the 20 participants in your program?
I think that we want to be fair, and so certainly the earlier you turn in an application, the sooner we'll consider it. And certainly, as we said before, we'd like to think that you have, the qualifications of a high school diploma, and also, do you have a person you can contact from your placement who can give some appraisal of the work quality and what you've done there is what's helping us credit.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Sandra. Julie, do we have another question on the phone?
Yes, the next question is from Denise Turner.
Hi, my name is Denise Turner, and I'm a VISTA serving at United Way, Greater Atlanta. I had just started my VISTA service in March, and I was wondering, will I be able to qualify for this program?
Probably not, but you'd be welcome to apply to it. If we make a success out of this program, you'd be welcome to apply as soon as you get your year done.
And what we're doing is we're really starting with somebody or folks who have finished at least a year, because as we're piloting it, it seems to be a more smoother process. As we test this and move out, we may move towards a portfolio process that would be in concurrent with your service. But right now, we're really focusing on people who have completed 1 year of service.
Okay, thank you. Will this program be offered again next year for those who are still currently serving?
It'll be offered in the spring semester, so we'll do another pilot in January.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The next question is from Jim Joy.
Hi, Jim. Go ahead, please.
Yes. So when you were explaining that it's every 7 weeks a new class starts, now is there a way you can, if you miss a class, can you pick it up down the road, or how does your class schedule work? So do you have to take the classes in succession, or can you miss one, like say you missed the third class, can you pick that third class up before you start the fourth one, or do you have to start the following when the next set of round of classes go? How does that work?
Well, I think the first thing is that we're expecting that people will be lining up to make this commitment. It will be a 7-week program, and we'll be only offering it once every semester.
Okay.
So we start at the beginning of the semester. We want to be efficient in awarding the credit, and so we're leaving the last part of the semester for the assessment process, for the faculty to take a look at the packages that people have put together. So a complete package is what this seminar is meant to provide the student the opportunity to put together. So I think that, you know, since it's online, it's hopeful that you will be able to complete it within a week. It's not like you have to be, we're asynchronous. We're not all going to, everybody doesn't have to show up at 9 o'clock on Monday to do the assignment. It's something that, you know, you at your own pace that week you address it.
It's very much a self-paced system that will be guided by Chris and some folks on his team, but you will really be driving the work because you're the one that's going to be providing the narrative and the documentation that shows evidence of like that it's worth college credit. So you may do that in 7 weeks, you may do that in 4 weeks, you may work on it really intently for 2 weeks, take a week, you know, break and work on it again, but the process is meant for the entire documentation to be completed within 7 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. And while we're on this topic around the portfolio development, we did have a question come in through the Q&A, and Jillian asks, can you give some concrete examples of the digital evidence that we will be creating for the portfolio? What exactly will go into it?
Well, sure. What we're looking for is an appraisal of what a person has learned through their experience. You know, a lot of times it's counted as what you've done, and we can verify that you did this. But I think that we're looking more for a demonstrated understanding of the process of learning that's taken place. So the last parts of the session are going to go into the weeds a little bit more and talk about what prompted the need for this skill, this conceptual understanding, this advanced learning to take place, what strategies were employed to get that done, what the actual process was in doing it, and then the review, the assessment of this. This is a standard kind of demonstration of a planned process in its evaluation. That's what we'd be looking for. We have some primer exercises at the start to get people into the frame of mind, so that hopefully that they can, you know, start identifying what they learned and start deconstructing that in far as how to explain it.
All right, thank you, Chris. Julie, do we have other callers on the phone?
Yes, the next question is from Sarah McKenzie.
Hi, Sarah, go ahead.
Hi, my question was actually already answered before, especially about transferring, especially if you have a current degree. And so I did see something about community leadership, or excuse me, community development or leadership. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Is that like a certificate, or is that just geared towards an the program?
We have a program in community development, so we have a certificate, an associate's, and a bachelor's degree in community development.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next question is from Angela Stewart.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Angela, if you can turn off the speaker on your computer, that would be great.
Are we okay now?
That's great. Thank you.
Okay. My question is simply, I have an associate's. I have probably 30, 40 CEUs, specialized training from VISTA, as well as other activities. Now, if I'm being clear, I can use that credit to make that associate's a BA, or to change the, you know, to get a bachelor's?
Yes, what credits you got as for your associate's degree would certainly be would be counted towards the degree that you're seeking at Roger Williams.
Okay.
And the other credits that we talked about previously, the going through the portfolio development, the pre-service orientation, as well as, I'm sorry, I missed what other experiences you had. But certainly, these are things we have advisors to work with the students who want to go here for a bachelor's degree to get I'm hesitant to say the maximum, but certainly I think that's what we're looking for, is for you to, what prior experiences you have, what prior schooling you have, we want to see how much of that we can get in to matriculate towards your bachelor's.
And all we need to do is send you this little application you sent us.
Well, that's how to get started.
Oh, it's on the way. Thank you.
Great. We've had a number of questions come in through the Q&A, so I'm going to turn to some of those now. One group of questions focuses around fees and tuition. So Chris or Jamie, could you talk a little bit about that? I know you've done a great bit to try to keep the cost minimal, but if you could talk a little bit more, I think that will answer questions for many of our listeners.
Currently, there is no fee or charge for prior learning assessment portfolio process that we've just described. Our classroom-based courses are $966. Our online courses are about $1,410, and we apply a 15% discount to all and any VISTAs who enroll in a program, regardless of whether they come through the prior learning assessment process.
Great, thank you for that. And so, for those of you who've completed a year of VISTA service and you earned an education award, you could certainly apply your education award to the tuition for completing a degree at Roger Williams. And with the tuition discount, I think that would be a great opportunity.
Can I jump in for a minute? It's one of when we were designing this program and working with Patrick, that we were very aware of and wanting to make sure that, as Chris was saying earlier, authentically maximize your award for service so that it is giving you credit for the work that you've already done, but also making sure that you're not being repetitive in your coursework here. So the goal would be to get you as close to that 90 as we authentically can and legitimately can, so that really with the discount in your VISTA award, you'd be paying almost $0 out of pocket to earn a bachelor's degree.
That is fantastic. Thank you for that on behalf of all VISTAs everywhere. A few more questions and just points of clarification. So you mentioned earlier both classroom-based courses and online courses. So if someone's not in Rhode Island, could they complete a degree with Roger Williams through this program?
Yes, they can. That's all of our programs are available completely online.
Great, that's fantastic. Someone asks, you said a bachelor's degree requires 120 credits. How many would be needed for one of the certificate programs?
It varies. Some certificates are 8 courses, some are 6, some are 5. It really depends on the program, that the certificate that the individual is interested in. And in case anybody does have the question, an associate's degree is 60 credits.
Great, thank you. Let's see. A lot of these we have covered. So someone says, I already have a bachelor's degree. Can I use some of those credits earned at my own university for this program?
Yes, you can.
All right, terrific. Julie, let's go back to the phones and see what questions are there.
The next question is from A.J. Scipio.
Good afternoon. My question is, the 90 credit hours that has been discussed, is that specifically, or does that include, rather, transfer credits?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, that would include transfer credits. What we want to do is to maximize, as the dean said, the amount of credible, legitimate learning experiences that you bring to us. So those would include transfer credits as well as this prior learning assessment.
So when we say that 90 credits will transfer in, you can do it in a variety of ways. You can do it all through transfer credit from a prior college. You can do it all through prior learning, which some students do, but that's not the norm. You can do it through military, and you can do it through something called CLEP, which is a standardized test to CLEP out of certain subjects. Most folks do it through a combination of transfer credit, prior learning, and CLEP.
Thank you.
The next question is from Anna.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. I am in AmeriCorps VISTA currently serving in San Antonio. This is like my 3rd or 4th year. And I was wondering if you could just repeat the pre-baccalaureate certificates that are being offered.
We offer, I'm not going to be able to give you all the specific names off the top of my head. We offer pre-baccalaureate certificates in social and health services. There's one in community development. There's one in municipal management. There's one in paralegal is post-baccalaureate. There's one in environmental safety. If you go to our website, which I believe the link is in here somewhere, you can see all the programs that are offered, all the certificates, and all the associates.
Do they all have the same cost?
Yes, the cost is by course. Okay, so we have a certificate in case management, in community development, in digital forensics, in municipal management, in health services administration, and then the nurse paralegal and paralegal certificate are all post-baccalaureate. And we have a school nurse teaching, which obviously is post-baccalaureate as well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'll look for the website.
The next question is from Casey Esposito.
Hi there. So I have 2 questions actually. If we have the 90 credits, how long are you sort of anticipating the rest of the program to take?
I think that's up to you. Some of our students take, on average, our students take 2 to 3 courses a semester. So if you have 10 courses to complete, you can do that in almost a full calendar year. You can do 3 in the fall, 3 in the spring, or 4 in the fall, 3 in the spring, and then 3 in the summer. If you're going to do it on pace at 2, it could take you up to 4 semesters to complete, including summer.
Wonderful. And just one more question, because the timeline seems very quick, and you guys did mention that you had to be enrolled already in Roger Williams University. Will there be time? What does that process look like? If we are, one of the 20, there will be time to enroll first, or do we need to enroll first and then find out whether we're one of the 20 that's been accepted?
No, I think that I must have not spoken clearly enough, because what we want is we want you to take a look and consider coming to this portfolio assessment process with us, the seminars. If you like this, if you feel that it's a worthwhile adventure, if you learn while you're here, if you learn more, when you learn more about Roger Williams, if you decide to apply, then that would be the time to do this. We're not looking to rush anybody into applications. We're looking to get people to take the plunge and to see if they can translate their experiences into credible learning for credit.
Yeah, and I want to echo that. This isn't about rushing you to application. This is about you understanding who our university is and how the School of Continuing Studies partners with students in their educational journey. And at the end of it, you making a decision if this is the right place for you to finish up your degree. So it's not about applications as much as it is about building relationships.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We've had a couple folks ask online if they've completed more than one VISTA term of service, can they earn additional credit for that extra service time?
I would say that demonstrate the depth of the learning to us. We want to hear about this. We want you to reflect. We want the VISTAs to take a look and appreciate their experience for the value that they got from it, the experiential value, the learning that has taken place.
If I can build off of what Chris is saying, my experience has been if you have 2 years of in-depth experience over 1 year of experience, you're more likely going to have authentic experience that will translate to college credit because you're going deeper and you're possibly going wider. We made a determination, a very conscious decision, to not just make a blanket credit award for anybody who had done VISTA service, because we felt that that was not giving each volunteer the opportunity to show the depth of their experience. Some folks may authentically come out with 75 to 80 credits. Other people may come out with 30 credits. Some may come out with 12. It really depends on, I think, again, the depth of your experience, how you think about how that relates to the competencies that you're going to be describing, and what you've really learned, and how well you're able to tell the story of your learning.
Great. Thank you both. Julie, do we have another question on the phone?
The next question is from Joyce Howard Heyman.
Hello? Can everyone hear me okay?
Hi, Joyce. Go ahead with your question, please.
Okay, my question is, I've already have a graduate degree, and will those credits from my graduate degree along with my bachelor's degree be transferable? And also with the college courses that you all have, will we be able to get more than one bachelor's at a time, sort of like a double major, or will they have to just be one thing at a time?
One, we would not be accepting graduate credit in, more than likely. You can do a concentration and minor in a different area. We do have people who double major, but when you double major, you have to earn more than 120 credits. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's 135 credits that must be earned to be a double major.
Okay, but all of my ones from my bachelor's degree along with my VISTA service will more than likely be accepted.
We would have to evaluate your transfer credit to see what credits would come in and how they would be applied to your degree plan. So yes, more than likely, but it needs to have a credit evaluation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great, thank you.
The next question is from Jasmine.
Yes, I wanted to know, I'm looking at your website now, if the Fundamentals of Social Media Marketing for Business certificate, would that qualify under this program?
No, that's a certificate that runs through our Professional Education Center, which is non-credit.
Okay. And also, would you be able to use the Education Award towards this?
That's a good question. I would think that your organization would know better than me. I don't know if the VISTA award has to be applied to only credit-bearing programs or if it applies for non-credit programs.
Okay.
This is Andy King. You can use your education award for non-credit programs.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The next question is from Maxine.
Hi. I wanted to ask about, she actually asked my question about dual programs. If you wanted to major in something, or if you had two that you're interested in. I know you said about the community development, but do you have another one that was a resource or leadership or something of that? Is it possible just to do two or just one at a time, or how's that? You said if you have, it's going to be 135 credits, I believe.
Don't quote me on the credit requirement. I know that it's more than 120, but you can double major. And again, I really encourage you to only look at the programs that come through the School of Continuing Studies. Okay? So there is a graduate leadership program, but that is not a continuing studies program.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next question is from Daniel Mills.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Daniel.
Yes, so I am a VISTA leader, so I finished my first year of VISTA service, and I'm looking at the Community Development Certificate, and it looks like there are 5 required courses plus 3 electives. So if going through this 7-week course, on the other end of it, I know that it's sort of a variable amount on how many semester hours you can get, but if my portfolio at the end is worth 40 semester hours, would all those be able to apply to this certificate, and then I could come through that 7 weeks and have a certificate
No,
as
that's what I was
a
saying earlier.
potentiality?
For a bachelor's program, we bring in 90 credits. For an associate's program, we bring in 45 credits. For a certificate program, depending on the number of courses, it can be anywhere from 2 to 3 courses that we'll bring in towards a certificate.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I must have missed that.
No, that's fine.
Again, it's, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say we've had several folks asking about whether they already need to be admitted to Roger Williams for this or whether that comes later.
No, they do not need to be admitted. They can do that after the prior learning assessment process.
Terrific. And then a couple questions around the tuition. If they're taking courses online, is there an in-state, out-of-state tuition differential?
No differential for where you're taking the courses from. We're a private university.
Terrific. Great. Thank you.
Again, it's *1 and record your name for any questions from the phones.
Great. We've had a few people asking around the dates, so we may want to just back up a slide or two and remind folks of the timeline. And so as Chris mentioned, the application deadline will be September 18th, so it gives us 2 weeks, and it's a pretty simple application form, as I think Dr. Scurry mentioned. And then the online portfolio process will begin September 29th. Do we, can we have any, or share any information about the portfolio session, how long that goes into the year?
Well, what we're planning on is count up, is the 7 weeks, because we want to leave some time for the assessors to take a look and to decide, what kind of credit is going to be awarded here. Certainly as I said, the process is developmental. We hope to prime people at the start with exercises germane to being more sensitive to learning and to the components of learning, and just to be supportive at every step of the way, so that people feel that this is a place where although we're online, we'd like to think ourselves as a learning community supportive of people's learning goals.
Great, thank you.
I'm not showing any questions from the phones at this time.
Okay, terrific. We've got several other questions that have come in online. So if someone is accepted to the pilot program, is there any guarantee that they'll be admitted into a certificate or degree program that they choose?
I'm not sure a guarantee is what we're offering here, except we want people to, we view this as entree into our programs.
We have no real, we're open admissions, and so it's rolling admissions. As long as you meet our baseline criteria, which is having completed high school, and if you have prior college experience that you want to be transferred into the university, that you have an official transcript. So as long as you fill out an application, and as long as you submit those 2 or required documents, you're admitted into the program.
Terrific. Thanks for clarifying that. So someone asked a question, can transfer credits count towards and this part is in quotes, 10 semester credits of legal specialty courses must be taken in a traditional classroom setting, face-to-face?
So we have an ABA-approved paralegal program, and the ABA mandates that 10 of the credit hours, not 10 courses, has to be completed in a face-to-face environment. So those cannot be completed through prior learning assessment or through they can come in through transfer credit. If somebody took 10 credit hours at another college that was ABA approved, we could transfer those in. But prior learning assessment does not apply.
Terrific. Thank you. I'm glad you understood that question where I didn't. Just scrolling through some other questions here. Many of these we have covered. So there are a number of questions, a lot more people interested in certificate programs. So, so we're just interested in, what post-baccalaureate certificates you offer, and someone else, how many credit hours are required for the community development certificate. So I know you've talked a little bit about it, but if you could talk maybe a little bit more, that would be helpful.
Well, the requirement, the course requirement, the certificate requirements are on our webpage, and we don't have our webpage right up in front of us right now. We have the webinar instead. But the reason we offer certificates is because people oftentimes have degrees, and they simply want to have a demonstration of a proficiency of a specialty that they've acquired. And so generally, again, they vary, but they seem to be around 30 courses, yeah. 30 credits, rather.
30 credits. So our certificates are anywhere from 5 to 8 courses. I believe that paralegal is 10 because it's ABA approved. And then depending on the number of courses, depend on how many transfer credits we allow to come in.
Great, thank you. All right, so, folks are interested in, again, the application process and where to go for more information. So we do have a link. We'll be following up with email to everyone who participated today, including the application form, which you don't have to wait for. You can download it right now in the Files section, just below the slides. We will also send you a link to the partnerships page on the Roger Williams University website that talks about this program with the AmeriCorps VISTA. So you can, again, review the information if there's anything that you missed. And then we're also putting together sort of a frequently asked questions with a little bit more detail about the program, and we'll provide that link as well.
Great.
All right, I'm just scrolling through, and while I do, Julie, do we have other questions on the phone?
Yes, there's one from Montu Craven.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yep, please go ahead, thank you.
Okay, all righty then. I probably wasn't paying attention because I was trying to get on the call, but I wanted to know, I do have an AA in human services. It was like up to 64 credits, and then I did serve 2 years of VISTA completed. So say I finished the portfolio and it gets me up to like 90 credits and transferring in, then all I would have to do is finish the rest of the credits for a bachelor's degree, and that would be up to like 120 credits?
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I understood more than I thought I did. All right. Sounds great. I think this program is going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm not showing any further questions from the phones at this time.
Terrific, and I'm not finding any questions that we haven't already touched on earlier.
Andy, this is Michelle. I did see one that might be of interest to more than a few folks regarding credit for whether credits for those taking the VISTA blend would be transferable into this program as well.
Oh, great. Thanks, Michelle. I somehow didn't see that question. So Chris or Jamie, I'm not sure how familiar you are, but the VISTA Blend course is an online blended course through the VISTA campus. It's certified by the American Council on Education for 3 undergraduate credits, and we provide a credit, a transcript letter from ACA.
As long as you have ACE credit transcripted, we can take it in as transfer credit.
Terrific.
Apply.
Thank you. Great. All right, Michelle, were there any others that you came across that we haven't yet covered?
I don't think so. I think we generally hit on all of the themes, and I'm letting folks know that in the Q&A as well. So I think we're good.
All right.
Excuse me, this is the operator. I just wanted to let you know there's a few questions queued up from the phones.
Okay, I think we have time for a couple more.
Okay. Anna, your line is open.
Hi, this is Anna. I just wanted to ask, at the beginning of the webinar, they mentioned that, like, for just attending PSL, well, completing PSL, you would get credit for a management course. I also attended VISTA Leader Orientation, which I'm sure other people on here are leaders too. Does that also would count for another type of course?
One of the reasons we're doing this portfolio assessment is to get a gauge on what's going on as far as are there common experiences that many VISTAs are having that we could bring in as standard credit. That's to show our good faith and our interest in doing that. That's why we looked at the pre-service orientation, and we investigated that, and we peel back the onion and take a look at it. So that would, one of the reasons we want to do this course, the seminar, is if we start seeing trends of, say for instance, this leadership course you refer to that we're not familiar with, we'll investigate that and we'll take a look at that as being, is this something else that we can put as a standard assessment that once it's done, anybody who comes in with documentation that they have done this will get it. But we're taking baby steps. The first, we're going to take a look at the whole VISTA experience first and see how we can unpack that for some standard assessment credit.
Okay, thank you.
The next question is from Joyce Howard Haymans.
Yes, hello. The question I have is when the online seminar starts on September 29th, what times of day will that be offered? Since it's online, will it be any time of the day, or is it a certain time to have to log in and things of those nature?
You will have to log in, but it will not be synchronous. It's not going to happen at a specific time on a specific day. What we'll do is we'll release the units, which will involve a video instruction, and then an assignment, written assignment instructions, and then an assignment to do and to submit. That will be done at the student's pace, and again, we'll be providing support as necessary because we want people to succeed in this program.
Thank you.
And we did have a couple of folks who wanted a little more information about the degree to which their former site supervisor would need to participate in the process.
Sure. That's a good question. The issue is that we want to provide a credit and with a credible background to say that we are confident that the claims and the work done in the seminar reflect a credible experience and the takeaway from that credible experience. So we need an on-site assessor. If this was an internship program, we would have contact with the site supervisor to provide an assessment of the person's performance at the site. Well, we're doing this post hoc, after the fact, but we want to be confident that it's I guess trust but verify.
Great, that's very helpful. Thank you, Chris. And back to the phones for one last question.
I'm not showing any questions from the phones at this time.
All right, thank you so much. All right, well, I again want to express my deep appreciation and sincere thanks to Roger Williams University and both to Christopher Menton and Jamie Scurry for all of their work And as we wrap up today's session, I invite you to participate in our evaluation poll, which you see has opened up on your screen there on the left. And while you're filling that out, I want to tell you about our next opportunity. Our next webinar for VISTA members is coming up in just a few weeks on next week on September 10th, helping SNAP households gain self-sufficiency through employment and training. So if you are interested in going beyond just nutritional support for needy households, this one talks about lots of ways to partner to make that happen. So thank you very much for all your participation today. As mentioned, we'll be following up by email with links and attachments, the application form, and we'll remind you of the timeline. And wish you all the greatest of success in your future academic endeavors. So thank you all for participating.